franchise, man, no lacking. My nigga eating the Mafia. Witty Smitty News, the best out in Toronto coming up right now, man. We're getting it in.
Boy, man, you can bring your damn boys. Ready to just cause a ruckus with this fat noise. Give me your chain, your gold, every last coin. Your dame, your shoes, your clothes, and the bad boys. Bad boy, man, you damn boys. Ready to just cause a ruckus with this fat noise. Give me your chain, your gold, every last coin. Your dame, your shoes, your clothes, and the bad boys. Land of these bodies like
Witty Smitty News, Christian Smith here with Xceed from New Zealand.
Yo, what up?
Beast Mode debut against Skinny. How you think that went?
Well, hey, we put up money on the line, and I came up with the win. So yeah, the dub 3-0. I had to come back with a aim for a 5-0 because I mean after the Luke Nukem battle where the nerves kind of put me off I should say, and picked on me in a few ways. So yeah, I mean I think I did great, man. I think I put like obviously Skinny in a fucking bag, so that was cool.
So how was it rocking the BM crowd for your first time?
Amazing. It's not just BM. I think every Canadian crowd that I've been performing with, battled in King of the Dots PY, BM now, performed in a few shows for DJ Low and shit as well. Shout out to DJ Low as well. Canadian crowds are fucking amazing, compared to New Zealand crowds where obviously different, but yeah, man, it's amazing. BM crowd and the BM fam was amazing. And shout out to Lex for having me on, by the way. I'm so sorry for annoying the fuck out of you and blowing up your messages, dog. As well as Chris Kane, I mean, everyone's so supportive down here. It was cool. I mean, I'm glad that...
That was a dope bar in it, though.
Yeah.
You had a dope bar, but it's still...
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel bad, man, because I know I've been bugging Lex for a battle. I guess it's just being eager, and a lot of people thought that I wouldn't come up with the win with Skinny. I mean,
no, man, I told people to stop sleeping on you. After I watched you and Luke last week, I knew you would be a problem tonight.
Yeah, no, I shot, man. I appreciate it. I think Luke.
So with the Luke battle, it happened last week. How you think that went, really? I know you told me after the battle you stumbled at a couple of the rounds.
Yeah, man. So honestly speaking, like that third that I just spat with Skinny was tailor-made for Nuke. But I switched the rounds around because round one, like honestly speaking, man, like all due respect to Nuke, like he deserves that, and I wish him the best in GZ, and I really hope I get to see him like on the main stage one day. But the rounds and the shit that I prepared, I prepped in a way that I knew that was gonna fucking put him in a bag, like you know what I mean? I knew every round that Nuke came up with, was predictable. Like, I knew that he was gonna come with it, except for that round two. I think he came with something different in round two, but all three rounds to him. I stumbled up in round 1, 2, and 3, but no one noticed it. I switched up with a few freestyles and a backup freeze. Round 2 was when I called early time. Round 3, I think that whole scheme of Luke, Nazareth, yada yada.
Yeah.
I felt that I personally chose Luke because no one actually used that kind of scheme with Luke to the best of my knowledge. You know what I mean? So I personally feel that my writtens, which I actually had at the time, would be a lot, which would beat him. But I mean, you can always say shoulda, woulda, coulda. So that doesn't mean a flying fuck at the end of the day. And like, even if it's not judged, and even if people told me that I won, I don't want that win because I mean, he won.
Yeah, I'll be real with you. He took you in that battle for sure.
He won that, and I mean, he was dope, man. Like I think.
But I think you were dope too, man.
Thanks,
like.
Man, yeah.
Like I said, I think he took all 3 rounds, but it's not like he smashed you in any round. Like some of them were close. I think you had a good performance regardless.
Thanks, man. Yeah, a lot of people were saying that, especially LMS and a few other cats were like, "Yo, man, you fucking did your thing." But I think as an artist, when you're actually doing your shit, you already know like what is, like if you've done it or not. So I mean, personally, I felt that and I don't see like if it. I'll keep honing my skills as long as I get to where I need to be. So
did you find it hard preparing for 2 battles so close together?
Okay, so the trick was this. I actually got told that I was going to battle Skinny way before Luke. Way before Luke. So what I actually did was, immediately I got the word, I started writing, and I prepped like a month and a half ahead. And the only thing I didn't do was the 3rd round. So what actually happened was, when I got told I was battling Luke, it was only 3 weeks in advance, or I think a month in advance, Gully gave me the word, and I was like, sweet, like fucking, I chose him. I started writing, prepped it, round 1, bam, 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 2 and 3. And then I prepped for Luke. Luke's battles were all done, like the 3 rounds I should say, and then there was 2 rounds ready for Skinny. Now, I guess it's maybe a blessing in disguise. I fucked up against Luke, and my 3rd round and 2nd round, which I couldn't get out to finish Luke, I kind of restructured that in a way, because I already had it in my head, and I used that 3rd for Skinny. So, I mean, all in all, I mean, just take Lex's advice and don't take 2 fucking battles.
Super close,
like don't try to prove something wrong. Like just listen to Lex sometimes and anyone else who's got a bit of a noggin up there and knows what he's talking about. But I mean, hey, fuck it, made me work my ass off.
Yeah. So I already mentioned it, but I want to shout you out. You moved all the way from New Zealand.
Yeah.
You come here just to battle.
Yeah.
So have you found a major difference with the crowd-wise?
Heaven and hell, absolute fucking heaven and hell. Actually, people think that I only moved to Canada to battle rap. It's not necessarily true. It's to battle rap and make records, because I make records as well. And you know, it's like someone, this is my opinion, you don't have to agree with it, or you can agree with it, but it's like someone in Canada trying to crack it in fucking rugby. You know, you go down under, you get scattered out with clubs down there and stuff. I mean, people can say what they want to say, they can have their opinion about me. But I mean, at the end of the day, I pack my shit, I got my passports and shit sorted, I flew 14,000 miles away, not asking anyone for money, and I'm doing it myself. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, that's why I give you huge respect,
yeah, man. No, thanks. And I mean, the reason you know, the crowds, back to your question about the crowds, fucking heaven and hell. You know, I was quite controversial back home in New Zealand, and no liar, where a lot of things, if I could take back time, I could actually have, there's more to that story. So actually what happened was people were giving me dirt at that time for the battle, the dude I was battling, gibberish. And it actually went, I already knew what he was going to do, and it was premeditated with what was going to happen. And I know, you know, I stepped on also a, you know, on a flag in one of the battles, and that's got like 60,000 views. So I mean, if you think about it this way, it was all like a shock tactic where, I mean, it worked.
Kind of like what Daylight does.
Pretty much, but I mean, I wouldn't take a shit
But you
on
kept
the
it,
stage.
yeah, you kept it rap at least still.
Yeah, I mean, that battle where it actually went down, I think, you know, not the gibberish battle, the Kid Crude battle, I think I smoked them. I think I 3-0'd them. But I mean, the thing in New Zealand is, you know, 1 out street battles is run like a fucking poultry. Like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing in so many ways, you know what I mean? Some of the people do, some of the people don't, and the crowds are just like barbarians. They're not honed, like, you know, they're not seasoned.
Right,
They're not seasoned. I mean, they're not, you know, punches like, just don't.
Very generic.
Yeah, very generic. Like, you know, it really needs to be kind of. I think now it's going. It's elevating slowly.
Yeah, I want to talk about your first battle. So it was back in 2013 against Far Original.
It was 2011.
Oh, 2011.
2011.
Verse Tracker's messing up
Yeah,
then.
Verse
Tracker's messing up some of your stuff then.
I think
37 battles they say you have.
No, I've had more, man. I've actually got over 400,000 views.
Yeah.
They have not counted all.
Because you have it on there, I think you're at about 300K.
Yeah. I've just had over 300. I'm well around the 400,000 mark.
So with that Far Original battle, was that your actual first
That was
battle
my
or just first on cam?
No, I've had freestyle battles and stuff, but that was a terrible battle. That was like Xceed like 1.0. That was like fucking trash.
Oh, you 3-0'd that guy still.
I know, and that was trash. Like, you know that shit, I think on YouTube it's like when battle rap doesn't make any sense. Nonsense in battle rap.
Yeah.
That's pretty much that as well, you know. And I mean, I'm open to admit it. It's just that so many people have that fucking massive chip on their shoulder. But it's all about, you know, for me, it's like progressive then rather than regressive. You know, I see dudes out here like, perfect example is Joey V.
Yeah.
I saw him battle like way back, like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Grinding it out in BeastMODE.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think even he can agree that he worked his ass off.
Oh yeah, and now he's got Danger in July.
Yeah, and he's not had the greatest performances, and now and then he's had the greatest performances, and now he's battling, you know, Danger.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, look at that. Like,
it's
I don't
crazy.
need to, you know, it's just work ethic. You know what I mean?
So you spoke that you've been in a freestyle battle. Obviously, you've been in a written battle. You've been in a tournament.
Yeah.
So what style do you like best, or do you not care? You fuck with all three.
Mona Lisa wasn't painted with one color, man.
Yeah.
You know, Mona Lisa was painted with everything. You know.
That's a very good analogy for that. That's
you know,
solid.
And I think like that's the art of being a fucking writer. You know, as a MC, as you know, you get so many dudes nowadays who are just focusing on battle rap, and you know, it's just like, what are you doing, like inactive until the next event?
Yeah.
You know, which is cool. I mean, you got people like Disaster. You know, you got people like Loaded, Mook.
Yeah, but when you got a name like that already, you can do that, right?
Exactly.
When you're coming up, you got to be work.
But I mean, even that, like Mook now is making records, and I think I think he's got like a publishing deal from what I read or understand with Def Jam.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, for me making records, I mean, I honestly couldn't give a fuck less what people think about me. At the end of the day, it's me and my grind. You know what I mean? I don't really care about the next person's opinion, like if it's negative or not. Like, you know. So I mean, like, yeah, I think you know, just freestyles. If there's a freestyle battle, I'm in it. Like if there's a battle rap event pre-written, I'm in it.
Yeah.
Songwriting, I'm done. Like, you know, that's just me. Like.
Yeah. So I want to talk about that for a minute. So the songwriting. So when you're making music compared to writing a battle, what's the big difference? Besides the obvious being on a beat.
Yeah.
But besides that, what's the major difference when you're writing a song or writing a battle?
Firstly, man, you gotta really pick and you gotta really understand that you know, battle rap heads and like, you know, the real purists of rap are like you know, they're the ones that come down here. You know, you've got like dudes who really want to hear that fucking old school 90s feel. Maybe maybe like, you know, or even like that, you know, whole like Slaughterhouse, for example.
Right.
But I mean, at the end of the day, man, you're really, you know, you're trying to get into a niche, you know what I mean? Like, there are kids out there who are like 18, 19, like 20 years old who want to just jam and fucking listen to like Drake. They don't want to listen to fucking Immortal Technique necessarily.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like more like a niche for me, you know, like mainstream music. I remember back in the day when I used to be like, oh, you know what, fuck the mainstream, like underground this and that.
Yeah.
You know, Devil's Rejects and
Yeah,
Gravediggers and Wu-Tang, and that's all dope, man. I still listen to my Wu-Tang, and I just think once you grow older, you kind of learn to be more mature.
And you appreciate everything.
Appreciate records like, for example, Logic. I listen to Logic heaps.
Yeah.
Logic. Then you obviously got Eminem, like one of my biggest influences. Logic, Dre, Jay-Z. You know, like the art form from there compared to like you know, dudes who actually write for battles where you're trying to take someone's head off. You know what I mean? So that's a completely different, you know, ball game. It's a completely different ball game. So yeah.
So when you got music dropping, can you?
Beast Mode, yo, shout out.
Can you give a
I've
date
actually been working with King of the Dots engineers as well. So I've also got a record coming out on, tomorrow, New Zealand time. Today, New Zealand time. September Rain with Chelsea Bennett. Got Bad Boy coming out as well. The entire project for 09. So 09 is basically Auckland's area code. So I was like, yo, man, that's my place, you know, like that's where I'm from, 09 City, you know what I mean? Like, so the entire tape is gonna be basically, you know, made on with videos, like, you know, each track. And I mean, yeah. So September Rain drops today, New Zealand Standard Time. Then Bad Boy comes out in the end of the month, in New Zealand Music Month, May. And I know that Canada's also got Canada's also got Music Week, coinciding with New Zealand Music Month as well. So fuck, man, I've already got an army of records stacked. Now you're just gonna, these battles are out of the way. Now you're gonna see me push out these records and music videos. And stepping back into June, got a battle in New York as well. So yeah.
Well, be on the lookout for Xceed, man. Like I said, nothing but respect for moving down here.
Man,
you're my first international interview, so much respect for that.
It was a good one as well.
Oh no, for sure. So where can they find you on social media?
Yeah, man, follow me on Instagram at Xceed Choked, and you know why? At Xceed Choked.
That's hilarious.
Fucking Luke, you got me, man. Twitter at Xceed Choked, Facebook.com at Xceed Choked, SoundCloud.com/Xceed Choked. And I'm also going to be having a new website coming out. And salute to, just a quick thank you to fucking DJ Low, Brown Guy Made It, Beast Mode, salute to Beast Mode, Gully TK, King of the Dot, PY, all of those dudes. And thank you for making me feel like home in Canada. Fucking A.
Respect.
Thank you.
Make sure you subscribe, because we sitting here right now, and like we ain't even really getting to talk about battle rap. We sitting here talking about subscribing. Like if you just hit the button and subscribe, like you would have already have subscribed to this shit. Like, you know what I mean? But instead, you sitting back like, yo, should I subscribe or should I not subscribe? But I'm telling you, you should just hit the button and subscribe. Like we sitting here talking about subscribing, when y'all niggas could be looking at the interviews and shit. We sitting here, we sitting here talking about subscribing, fam. Hit the button. It says subscribe on the button. The button says subscribe on it. That's all we're talking about right here, right now. Subscribing. But you know what we should be talking about? These interviews that are on the page when you subscribe. So subscribe, man.